Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dad Chronicles. I am Cook, and as usual, not as usual, today I put Joe in the hot seat. He just came back from a trip, and we're gonna talk about that today. One thing, I'm not really sure that we've talked about before, Joe, is like everything with us is dad based, right?
Yep.
But I was thinking today, maybe we haven't really explained this in depth, maybe the way we should have.
All right.
So what I'm thinking is there's a lot of dads that do double duty, but there's also a crap ton of moms that do double duty.
Well, there's a lot of moms,
So,
especially in the cheer world.
well, sure. I mean, actually, in any sport world, I mean, if they're pulling double duty for whatever reason, they're not exactly outed because this is the Daily Dad Chronicles. Like, I don't want anyone thinking that
We're shorting the other side.
they wouldn't be right. They wouldn't be welcome because they for sure would be. And I'm just not really sure that we discussed that and maybe explained it the way maybe we should have.
Makes sense.
So
Kind of made it a little on the one-sided.
we did. We
a little
did.
selfish, kind of,
Yeah, I think
in a way.
I think it did come off a little selfish, but that is for sure not the case.
No, not at all. It's very weird sitting across from you, by the way.
Well, I will say, like, we're
It's like an interrogation.
exactly. I mean, we're usually interrogating whoever else, but this is going to be your show today. So you're in the hot seat.
Let's do it.
So Summit just came back from Summit.
I did. Or we did.
Right, the whole family. So you,
Yes.
wife, obviously your athlete, and your son.
7 full days.
7 full days in Florida.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How was the weather?
Hot, humid, and we had some kind of rain every day.
Yeah, see,
It's way different down there, dude. It's like when it rains, it's like a monsoon. It comes in buckets,
yeah.
but it's fast. Like
Yeah.
there's no hills, there's no mountains, like nothing gets hung up. It comes and it goes
Right.
for the most part.
Like before you left, we were on what, 9 or 10 straight days of rain. Like it
Yeah.
was just insane.
Yeah,
Of all day rain.
it was good though.
Well, that's good. How was the flight down?
Not bad,
Yeah.
not bad actually.
So it wasn't your wintertime flight that you had.
No, not even close. Not even close. We had a little bump when we left here, but
Yeah.
flying it got smoother the further south we got.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting on a plane again until maybe November.
It was gorgeous.
Vacation time. No sports involved, just straight up vacation.
Nothing.
No, just Orlando for a few days and then heading south to see Mike for 2 or 3 days.
We got the old dirty Jersey coming up in August.
What's going on down there?
Just vacation.
Oh. Where you going in Jersey?
Wildwood.
Oh.
Our normal every year
Mm.
escapade. I enjoy it.
I mean,
It's a really good people watching crowd.
I spent a lot of summers in New Jersey, and I'm not a fan of New Jersey. I've just spent a lot of summers in New Jersey to where I want to do something different.
Other than COVID, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've gone down since we've been together. So I think this is like we've been together 21, 22 years.
Man, you guys are old.
So I feel old, Dave. There's a lot of grays rolling in. I'm catching up.
Well, when they start, like I had 1 or 2, and I was like, man, this really sucks. But then 10 or 15 popped up, and I'm like, you know what? They always say, as soon as you pull one, you're going to get 4 more. And I'm like, man, I just want my beard like straight silver. So I started yarning them out.
Doing a hell of a job at it.
And like, I'm almost there. I'm almost all there.
I
Like,
haven't pulled any, and they're coming in droves.
Well, you're not getting any younger.
No, I definitely don't feel any younger.
Um,
Mentally, though, still like 17.
Yeah, I think you're older than me then.
Well,
I mean,
it's just a good number.
if you say so. You still can't
It's
drive
an-
after 9.
Well, yeah, but it's like 17. I feel is a good number because like you're on that borderline of being like an adult or having to act kind of like an adult, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you're still screwing around with those early teen phases.
Yeah, I mean, if you say so.
I guess it works in my head for some reason.
The maths.
It math, yeah. It all
Okay.
adds and
All right.
subtracts and multiplies and divides.
So,
So anyway, Summit.
Daughter is, G's 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so graduated from high school,
Mm-hmm.
in college.
Yep.
For nursing
Yes.
at a pretty prestigious school.
For the area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no D1 school, but they
No, but what I mean for what she's doing,
Oh, absolutely.
it's
Yeah, it's up
great
there.
school.
Yep. It's expensive, if that's what you mean.
So I'm for sure not knocking it because good for her. She's staying in her sport.
Can do it another year.
And now she's going to do another year.
We got the super senior, or the super duper senior, however you want to call it.
Okay. So she's staying in.
Just because of her date of birth.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the only reason she can still do it. Is however varsity or whatever, organization they go through. It's similar to kind of like baseball or any other sport. They have, everything's based off of your date of birth and where you can go, what you can do. So because her birth date's so late, she qualifies for another year.
And she's for sure, she's ready to stay in.
After Summit, yes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
they clearly did that good in
This by far was our best Summit trip. Or cheer-related Disney trip.
Really?
Yeah.
As in performance-wise or just overall?
Definitely performance,
Okay.
but definitely overall too. Best experience as a whole. It was remarkable.
What made this one so different?
Just it's hard to explain. So this is our 8th time down there for cheer, both for Pop Warner and All Stars.
Oh, wow.
So I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Lost track.
It's just a number. But just the feel going in with the support from the other families on the team, the support from the gym as a whole, and the team feel itself was nothing I've ever felt before.
So you could feel the cohesion then is what you're saying.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
I've never seen a team that we've been associated with so connected. And the age difference, I forget what the age bracket is for that team, but was just, there's probably like a 4 or 5 year gap between some of the girls.
Yep.
So the maturity levels are significantly different. But the older girls took those younger girls. Dude, the confidence that came from that team was remarkable.
So that's the funny thing about cheer. So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you about team cohesion, and I'm like, you can have in, pretty much any sport. It's not just cheer. You can have a team that doesn't exactly jive, but when they play or compete, they still all do their job.
Correct.
But when they all mesh and they can make the crowd feel that they mesh, it's totally different.
Completely. And it's even more, how do I want to put this? I guess just for a lack of better words, it just feels better, not only as they are as a team, but when the parents are on the same page and no one's trying to single their kid out as like being the best of the best. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think we might see that in our sport way more than other ones do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use baseball because your son was in baseball.
Yeah, like we discussed in the first episode that's going to be posted shortly. There's no like do-over next game or next inning or next period or whatever it may be with other sports.
Well, that's true, but I guess what I was getting at is, everyone has a job on
Mhm.
every team.
Correct.
Some jobs don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Other jobs change a lot.
Yeah.
It makes transitioning from one job to another that much easier for the entire team.
Yes.
So your daughter, which we were talking about, not even on Mike, we were just talking in general conversation. Your daughter's not used to being a flyer.
No.
And she wasn't on this team, and that's great, but she's always been a fantastic base.
Yep.
Good tumbler.
Mm-hmm.
Same as Shay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where those two shine.
Yes.
Shay's a base. She knows her job. She can back up her own job. She can tumble at the same time. Never wanted anything to do with flying. We actually discussed with her not too long ago about going to All-Stars. And she's really not into it. I don't know what about it she's not into. She just said she's really happy doing what she's doing because now she's coaching.
Nothing wrong with
so now that she's coaching, she's like 4 and 5 nights a week.
It's a little bit.
So she's got her practices for her stuff, and now she's got her team that she's coaching, which she wasn't even sure she wanted to do to begin with. And we pushed her, and she was like, yeah, I really like this. So I think with her team meshes really well. And a lot of the younger teams do. So your daughter being up in age and not having much time to go before she has to make a decision, one way or another, whether she wants to continue in college or maybe become a coach. I would think that it would be harder for all the age levels that she has on her team to mesh the way that you're describing.
Yes and no, because there's definitely some attitude differences.
Sure.
But those younger girls want to be those older girls.
Oh, sure.
Without a doubt.
Right.
So they really look up to them to kind of, I don't want to say mimic, but push themselves to get to that level, whether it be their tumbling or the flyers or whatever it may be. It's a big motivation for those younger girls to kind of push through and achieve those moments.
And when the older girls are backing them up and cheering them on.
Yeah, it's huge.
You're right.
It's huge.
It's a big boost.
Yep.
But again, with cheer, like your daughter's clearly not involved in high school anymore.
No.
Not involved in Pop Warner anymore, and that's totally fine. She's straight up all-stars. But one of the last couple competitions that I was able to make, your wife and G
she'll go.
Were there.
Yeah.
Like
she'll go.
Watching everyone, do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Shay, she's got friends on different teams from other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sure where or how she met them. It could have been, through competition. I think a couple of them are in other tumbling practices or whatever that, she has met, tumbled with,
Yep.
became friends. they all support each other.
They do.
And I'm trying to think, and maybe it's different for everybody, but I'm trying to go on my memory. When was the last time you seen at a baseball tournament one town going and sitting behind another town?
Never a whole team.
Right. Might have some friends that you're just going to
here
watch
and there,
see how they're doing. But, I mean, when you have whole teams sitting in front watching, it's big.
Correct.
It's really big. And you don't see it a lot.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, the way our girls and other girls work with each other.
And you don't even have to be associated or know anybody. Like, from local comps to even, like, the D2 Summit, everybody that's sitting in that arena waiting for their kid to take that mat is cheering on every team.
Sure.
You know? They're very upbeat. They do the counts, the whole nine. So it's very wholesome to see everyone cheer everyone on regardless of what team you're on, where you came from. I mean, there were teams, I think they said they had one from like Australia or New Zealand or something there for something. I don't know if it was specifically ours or it might have been the week before with D1 Summit. I got a story to tell you about that too. But yeah, I mean, it's wild. Parents coming up to you that you don't even know from a completely another state going, your team looked fantastic.
Right.
Like, it was incredible. Like, you don't get that in a lot of other sports that I know of.
Not it, and I'm not knocking any other sport. Like, please don't take that I am, because I'm not.
I mean, I would love to hear from other people if they do have that.
Sure.
You know, that the sport is there across all these other sporting platforms. Like, you know, but I only know like baseball or football. You know,
right,
where, you know, other than, you know, the little league style levels, you know, they want to see kids play and be happy and have fun.
Correct.
But when you get up there to, you know, the high school levels, college levels, you can't tell me some of those people don't feel hatred against that other team.
Well, that's precisely what I'm getting at without actually saying it.
Yeah.
All right, so back to
back to the summit.
So fly down, and
so we were down there.
I know for us, like, well, in Pop Warner, you had to be down there a day before.
Yeah, we were. Excuse me. We had to be down there on Wednesday.
Okay.
We had practice on Thursday. Comp on Friday for the wild cards, which is what we had. If you advance, you get to move on to Sunday, which is the finals. So they come out. My heart's beating out of my chest. And there's something about that atmosphere that makes me sit by myself. So normally, every comp, I am front and center, you know, going nuts. But for whatever reason, when we are at Summit, I am in the upper deck completely by myself. I'm very reserved. Just really kept to myself, sweating bullets. And they took the mat. And, you know, I'm talking to myself, you know, running through everything. And they were great. Great. I meet everybody. Everybody's got tears in their eyes. Like, we're feeling really, really good. So everybody goes about their day because we were the last team from our gym for that day. I think it was like maybe a half hour later, we hear that they hit 0. Now, that to me made the week. So for all the years we've been down there, her teams have never hit 0 in Disney.
So
already,
for anyone who's like, well, what's hitting 0 mean? So hitting 0 means they basically did their routine, and the judges didn't see any flaws in what their routine should.
Anything that would warrant a deduction.
Correct. So any kind of deduction, whether it was a fraction, whether we're talking a tenth of a point, a hundredth of a point, there was none of that. So,
There were teams winning by like 10,000ths of a point, Dave.
right,
Like it was that close.
right.
But there's multiple categories that they judge on. Half of them I probably don't even know. There's difficulty, there's tumbling, there's dance, there's I think maybe execution. I could be wrong. When it comes to that side of things, I really know little. But did great. They did have some critique points. Now, I wouldn't say points, critique marks from the judges about certain things that they did that needed to be addressed. We didn't get deductions, but they said, review your videos, watch it. So later that night on Friday, we met at one of the places that most of the families were staying at for reveals. So we find out if they advance. We're the third team called. Going on the Sunday. Place was ecstatic. So Saturday, they have a little meetup for another practice. Try to work on those few things. Come out Sunday and absolutely blow our minds. Blow our minds. So they competed Friday against, I think it was it 20 teams? 19 or 20 teams they competed against? They take the top 5 from wild card to advance. We were third. And we were out of the first place team, I think it was like by a point. You know,
Which potentially a lot.
a point is usually a lot.
Right.
It's a lot of ground to make up. So they come out Sunday, look fantastic, better than they did on Friday. Go to awards. There's 15 teams that were total, including them.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, we got a shot. Got a shot. They go through 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th. They got 7th. But they were out of top 3 by 0.3.
So 6, 5, and 4,
Yes.
along with 7.
I think it was
6th,
4th
5th,
was actually tied. 4th and 5th were tied.
Okay, so you're telling me 0.3 of a point separated 4 teams,
Yes.
and one of them were neck and neck.
Mm-hmm. We were the only wild card team to make the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So all the other teams that we went against had partial paid or full paid bids.
Okay.
So they compete on Saturday. So they go Saturday, Sunday. We go Friday, Sunday. But if they didn't advance, Friday was it. Be it.
So obviously you guys can't see what's going on, but as Joe's sitting here telling this story up to this point, I've never seen this man fidget so much before in his life.
Dude, it still excites me.
Right.
So not only did they hit 0 on Friday, they hit it again on Sunday.
Okay.
Hit
so
0
two flows
twice.
for team.
Dude, as a dad involved in cheer for so long, dude, I was over the moon.
Sure.
Over the moon. The fact that they came together as a team, performed as a team, accomplished as a team, and then individually they hit 0. Dude, I was like, my weekend's a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win. Like, there's nothing negative I can take out of this.
So 7th out of 15.
They ended up finishing 7th out of 41 teams.
Right.
Yeah.
So out of 41 teams who are already the greatest in the nation, in their level, in their division, on average, there's still less than 1 per state.
Yeah.
And Your daughter's on team number 7.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pretty wild.
so G is sometimes very emotionless.
Yes.
Like, she'll smile and she's like super happy and whatnot. But like, what was she like?
Dude, they all came out at the end, like outside of the facility, and they run out and you make your tunnel or your line or whatever so they can meet you. They're all crying, all of them.
Yeah.
The coaches, everybody. Like when they tell you they left it all out there, they 100% left it all out there.
Right.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Twice. So here's what I don't think a lot of people understand about what we're talking about. Like, we're almost like talking in tongues at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to last this long in this episode because they have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Right. So I'm trying to explain as best I can as we go. So really what we're getting at is if a routine can only be scored up to, just going to use 95 as a decent number. So basically what we're telling you is that team number 1 scored a 95. Team number 7, or team number 4, 5, 6, and 7, in theory, scored a 94.6. So really what it comes down to when they hit 0 twice is there was a couple of more points that the judges were able to score other teams higher on. So even though they did the absolute best that they can do, like, it's a big secret. Like, everyone goes like social media silent during the season. Like, you don't video.
You don't see a lot of other teams' performances.
Right. Until the end of the year.
The only way you're going to see it
is if you're there.
Is if, 1, you're there.
Right.
Or 2, they compete at a varsity event that is televised by varsity, which you have to subscribe to their website or whatever to watch the performances.
Correct.
So if you're not doing either one of those, you don't know it. You don't know what they are. So pretty much the entire season for this team that she's on, there was nothing out there until we went to Atlanta. When they went to Atlanta, that's a big event. A lot of people watch.
Sure.
Right? But we still had teams calling the gym. Hey, what's this team about? Can we see any video? Can you share anything with us? Like, they were the talk. Because nobody knew. They came out of nowhere.
Right.
It was the team put together after the season began. And nobody knew about them. And they come out, their first comp, I think, was Atlanta. And they were up in the high 90s for the whole weekend.
So they were really only a team for what? 3 competitions?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to wild card in
and
go to 7th.
Yes.
Out of 41 and be a wild card.
Incredible accomplishment.
That's huge.
Incredible.
Huge.
Yep. Pretty well.
So let's break off a summit for a minute.
Dude, I got a story to tell you.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, we get off the plane, grab our crap, get our rental car, which I like to spend money for convenience.
I'm with you.
Got the same car to drive. Got a Tahoe.
Okay.
Right? It's easy. I know how it works. I don't have to screw around with anything. I don't need to be confused on what button's what or, let's go. So we went down there, obviously for cheer, but my grandparents are down there. My grandfather not doing so well. I wanted to make sure I saw him.
Sure.
So they're about 2 hours away up in the northern part of Florida on the eastern side. We head out. We're heading down I-4. We probably in the car 20 minutes. right? It's me, the wife, my kids, my daughter's boyfriend, and my mother-in-law with our luggage. That we are packed, right? Now I-4. I don't know if you've ever driven I-4.
I have not.
All right, or you've driven in Florida.
Sure.
It's a highway, bro. 70 miles an hour. People are doing 80 to 90 or 40.
Right.
Right? That's just
Yeah.
how Florida is.
No, it is.
So, me being the New York aggressive driver that I am, people aren't moving fast enough. So, you got the right lane, center lane, left lane. I got 2 semis in the first 2 lanes as I get on. Well, I see nobody coming. This is a 3-lane slide for me, babe. So I punch it, go past these trucks. Who's there running radar?
Oh, the wee woos got you.
So, got pulled over. Julie's kind of pissed. First thing I'm like, this is going in the scrapbook. How can this not? Right? So the cop comes up. Super cool cop. Super cool dude. Highway patrol. It's like, got you for speeding. Dude, he brought the radar gun right to the window.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, I know. Where are you heading? He's like, oh, I'm going to see my grandparents. Takes my license, comes back. He's like, all right, I'm just going to let you off with a warning, but I got a printout. So I have a warning in the state of Florida, which I haven't been pulled over in probably, if I had to guess, maybe 8 to 10 years. I haven't been pulled over for anything.
Bet you it's been about.
Which is a pretty good accomplishment,
Right.
considering all the things I've done, all the cars I've had, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I have that ready to be all inserted into our cheer scrapbook. Super proud of it. Wife, not so much. But, hey, anyways, get past Trooper. Where's our next stop? Buc-ee's.
Oh.
Bro, love Buc-ee's. I can't say enough good things about this. If you were to take like our Stewart's and like a Wawa and they had a baby but on steroids, that's a Buc-ee's.
Okay.
Dude, you can almost just about do a full week's grocery shop in Buc-ee's and get yourself underwear and pajamas. Yeah. Dude, I didn't go in there wanting to buy anything.
Just to visit.
Well, I had to poop.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And might I say,
Now everybody knows that.
Buc-ee's is the prime pooping spot. Okay. Personalized stalls. Dude, it was like it was I couldn't ask for anything better.
I heard that there's one coming more north.
I heard too in Jersey, I think. Jersey or Ohio.
No,
I think Ohio already has
I think
one.
it's more on the East Coast, so.
I mean, I'm down for a day trip to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things in. I mean, if it's coming to Jersey, there's other
Didn't plan
things.
on buying anything. What'd I buy? Candied nuts. Just cause. Like, and a sticker. I got a sticker.
Just a sticker? Like, you didn't buy like a hat or.
No, I was going to, but I was like, maybe next time. Let me tell you something. And they're hiring. They pay their people very well.
Yeah, I've seen the postings. Like, it's just it's absolutely insane.
I didn't see any. So like, they were looking for a car wash manager. I think the last time we were down there, I think it said it started at like 115 or 125,000. Be a car wash manager. Sign me up. Right?
I mean, it's not awful.
Dude, it is packed 24/7. Pretty crazy. So, anyways, we got up there, saw my grandfather. Doing good. You know, doing as good as you can do. But I'm glad I got to see them. It's been, a year. But other than that, the trip was, Disney packed. Did a couple new rides. Yep.
Really?
No big ones.
See, I didn't. I'll be honest. I
The
didn't
kids
think
did.
you were.
The kids did.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't think that you were.
We went on that carousel ride there. I don't remember the name of it in Magic Kingdom. I think it's in Magic Kingdom.
The boats?
No, it's over by the People Mover.
I have no idea.
It's like one of the original rides.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're
got-
looking to cool off and take a nap, it's a great place. Other than that, it smells like gear oil and Baron grease. You know.
I mean, my body literally says don't do it, but my brain says I have to go with the kids and go on the rides.
Yeah, I'm not much of a ride guy.
Um,
I may brave next year if we make it and do a couple new ones for myself. I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I hear Slinky Dog's not bad. Right now, my threshold is Big Thunder Mountain. Like that is my jam. You could put me on that all day; I would never leave. And it does nothing; it just spins. Spinning and virtual stuff, I can do.
the virtual stuff is definitely fun.
But I heard like my kids told me I could probably do Tron because you're just really fast. I don't mind speed.
Yeah,
I just can't do the drops and being, tossed around upside down.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it.
I'm a big dude. I don't trust the restraints.
I'm not terribly far behind you. And I just don't breathe. Like, listen, if you have to put your knee into my shoulder harness, by all means, cut off the circulation. I want to go.
Yeah, it's only 90 seconds. I'll breathe when I get off.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually on. It actually just got torn down this year. There was a roller coaster called King to Ka.
I heard about that.
That was in Six Flags, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's 456 feet tall.
I'm good.
So I don't exactly remember how it was launched, but it launches you from 0 to over 100 miles an hour in like 3.2 seconds.
I can do that.
But like you go
not
down
going 500
and then
feet
you just
in the air.
like there's no gradual. Like you're just
You're
increasing,
horizontal to vertical.
Correct. Like you just shoot up, and there's like a little corkscrew, and then you go up and over the top, and then you're looking down 456 feet, and you're like, "Wow, that looks like a car," and you're like, "Oh, those are cars." No, and it's over.
Oh, I've been up higher than that. The highest I've been on a tower for work was just shy of 700 feet.
Yeah, see, that's not for me.
That's that concrete plant down in Ravina.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah,
I am. So,
and there were no railings. All we had were temporary, like braided steel rope railings with snow fencing.
No.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm extremely odd. Like, love roller coasters, love fast, love the thrill, love the speed. I want to cry when it's way too high. I almost dropped an F-bomb here.
We have a button for that.
We do, which I haven't used any buttons so far. Yeah, me and heights don't get along well.
I can do heights as long as I have some kind of control.
Even my time in the fire department, I didn't go on roofs. I can probably count on one hand how many roofs I was on. I just didn't do it. Being up in a ladder truck, probably still count on one hand how many times I did that because my department didn't have one. My department appealed to me because they were more on the rescue side, which I was good with. Did a lot of collapse stuff, cutting cars apart, the whole nine. That was me. That I was good. Another weird thing, short of going over the edge, I don't mind rappelling.
Nope. No.
Yeah. Don't mind rappelling at all.
No.
And I don't know why. Because I mean, typically you're up pretty high.
You're just dangling.
Right, and you're like a worm on a hook.
Dude, yeah, I don't. Yeah, sure, you're hooked, but relying on that 1/4 inch rope, or what is it? Probably like 3/8, maybe half.
I don't
It's
even
not very
remember
big,
to be honest, but yeah, I mean it's
you
got to
can
be
tell me that it'll support 2,000 pounds.
right.
I ain't taking your word for it. I don't care what the label says. It's just something about it.
I don't know. I really don't know what was so easy about it. Was maybe because like when you're rappelling, like your feet are typically on a wall,
Yeah.
and as you're rappelling down, like if you're 10 stories up, and you're in the back of your own head going, oh yeah, that was the third window I just went past. So all right, I'm still not even halfway there. Oh, 2 more windows. Okay, I'm halfway down. Like I don't know if that's where my brain went to or not. It was easy and it was fun. And I don't even know how we got on this subject, but anyway, we were talking about rides.
We have short attention spans.
I took a left and just kept going. Like,
So we did go to SeaWorld, which
Okay.
I was kind of excited for because never been. Something new, different. Kids
Really?
Yep. Kids did all the rides. Saw a lot of animals, which was pretty cool. A lot of animals we've never seen before,
sure.
which is pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like about SeaWorld is I feel they nickel and dime the hell out of you. And I mean that by... So they have like carnival-style games,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was a little cheesy. Pay a lot to get in there. Expect something other than, a SeaWorld.
Darts at the balloons.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the misshaped basketball hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's a cash-free park. So,
Yeah.
So they have charges for every time you swipe. Some were 5%. Some were 9%.
Wow.
Yeah. So that kind of rubbed me wrong. And then my kids were like, hey, they got Chick-fil-A here. I'm like, cool, let's eat. Getting Chick-fil-A line, not paying attention. We're up next and get up there. I'm like, they don't have any meals. It's all a la carte. So you couldn't get like a number one that comes with fries and a drink? No, you just got the sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Right? But it was like throughway or highway prices.
If not worse.
A regular sandwich was $12.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, we're here. Kids got to eat.
Right.
So I was
And you
like,
just stood in line for half an hour.
yeah.
Right.
Yep. So we got 4 sandwiches, 3 fries, and 2 drinks. Want to take a guess?
Oh, how many? 4 sandwiches, 3 fries. How many drinks?
2.
2.
Fries only came in a large. Drinks came normal. And there was a 9% fee for swiping your card.
Oof, that had to be 100 and I'm gonna throw a weird number out here. $102.
You're pretty damn close. It's like $108.
Oh man.
Yep. My mother-in-law got like their like 5-piece or 6-piece like nugget meal or nuggets with a fry and a drink. It's $28.
Wow.
Yeah. And my mother-in-law, she's kind of oblivious. She's a lot of fun though. I don't understand why it was $28.
Because you're in a park.
Which kind of pissed me off. You got a ton of people here. Like, you're making money. To me, that's just being a little greedy. Now, I don't know the background behind their contract or whatever they have there, if they're actually truly independent. It seemed like it was an independent Chick-fil-A,
Okay.
So maybe they're leasing the spot or that area from the park themselves. but you're the only like chained restaurant in that park.
I spent the last 2 years of Pop Warner in SeaWorld
Mm-hmm.
because contract reasons and wasn't in Disney anymore. And now I believe it's going to be somewhere in North Carolina.
Yeah, you're going to Raleigh.
Well, I'm not.
Well, you're not.
Well, no, she's coaching, so I don't know. Maybe I will be.
You could.
The rides we had a fantastic time on. Oddly enough, we didn't have crazy wait times.
No, they weren't bad.
The newer, bigger rides, I want to say, had about the longest wait, and that was maybe 20, 25 minutes, something like that. But they had a nighttime event for strictly all the cheer teams. So
How was that? Because it's not really a big park.
So if you were in the park before the event started, it was fine. Didn't matter. We went and got dropped off. Or no, actually, I think we went and we had a car that time, the last time that we went. So we went and we tried to get in before they let all the cheerleaders in. And they were like, yeah, no, you're here for the event, so you're going to have to wait. So we were stuck out. We were stuck for like 45 minutes or an hour or something like that. And it was just, the front was just absolutely loaded with cheerleaders. So by the time we got in, they have food and drinks everywhere, all over the park. Like just random. Here you go. Cheeseburger. Oh, you want a hot dog? Here you go. Steak sandwich. Oh, yep. Go right over there. Take a right. Whatever. There was food everywhere. Drinks. Yep. Just grab it out of the cooler. There you go. Like, it was great. And I don't know. I'm trying not to be overly critical. Like, I just felt like it could have been a little bit more updated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's places in SeaWorld like that haven't seen paint in 10 or 20 years.
A while.
Now, as far as actually having a good time, fantastic time. Like you're not going to go and see orcas. You're not going to go and going to get to pet sharks and stingrays.
Oh, dude, the stingray thing.
That's awesome. That's
Wow.
great.
Dude, I have a video of G trying to touch one.
Yeah.
Hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. And they're slimy as hell.
Yeah.
Slimy as hell. Manatees were pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
Big old cows of the sea, I think they call them.
One thing I will say about SeaWorld is a lot of things that you buy there. There's costs that are involved, but I don't think SeaWorld takes a lot of profit on
Well, I mean, their
things
main,
that they sell because
their main, front is to help those animals.
right, it's all rehab, and
Yeah.
conservation, and
Which I'm all for.
100%.
Without a doubt.
Like you're reading some of the things that they actually do with like their money, and you're like, oh wow, so it's not just housing animals for our entertainment. Like they're actually doing something.
Correct.
So yeah, that education that I got on that was pretty awesome. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like there's like a whole other facility that people don't get to see, and they're taking care of I don't know, manatee that got ran over by a boat, and they're nursing it back to health. And
I mean, and the people are super helpful when you have questions.
Sure.
They are beyond knowledgeable of those animals or sea creatures or whatever you want to call them. And I thought a lot of the stuff I learned was pretty interesting. Do you know that the manatees are related to elephants?
I did not.
Yes. I found that very fascinating. And I like learning about stuff like that. Like, I'd rather go to a museum than, you know,
Yeah.
something more action packed. Or don't get me wrong, I love that baseball game or the parks or whatever it may be. But I'm the guy that reads everything in a museum.
Well, I mean, like going there is great, and getting on the rides is great, and seeing the animals and all that stuff is fantastic. But going to a park like that and just being able to relax.
Yeah, like they're
for
all
a
trying to
couple of
grab
minutes
pictures and stuff,
actually,
and I'm
like read stuff.
I'm reading all the displays and what it's about and what they do, and they're just like, "Hey, look at me, selfie with the turtle," or, you know,
Yeah, no, it is nice to take a break and actually read something,
yes,
or listen to a quick lecture,
mm-hmm.
or just see something walking around that you're randomly not going to see.
Like, yeah, I know what animal that is, but
Right.
if they're telling you about it, like, I'm intrigued. Like, tell me,
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
like,
100%.
just even if they're stupid facts, like, hey, a turtle only poops in the evening, like, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. No, but I'm just saying, I'm exaggerating. That I don't know if that's the case or not.
Oh, I was
but-
like,
But like when the guy was talking to these other people next to me, about the manatees, I was listening, and he was like, "Yeah, they're related to elephants," and I'm like, "Damn, that's wild!" Like I would have never. If you told me, "Hey, can you tell me who they're related to, as far as a species or whatever," and you said, "I'll give you $1 million," I might as well just throw myself in front of a car because I ain't getting it right.
yeah, no, there is a bunch of good stuff like that going on down there. And again, I wasn't trying to be like overly critical on the park, but definitely had a great time when we were down there. Good learning experience.
I mean, if Sierra wants to bring us down and educate us, I'm down.
Right.
So if they ever listen to this,
Right.
which
She
is
will, if
chances
you're
are,
listening,
they're
and
yeah,
you
they have nothing better to do than listen to us.
a middle-aged guy with a hell of a gray beard. And,
Yeah.
And one guy who's pushing middle age, who's got 3 grays in his beard, and you want to come down and teach him something.
We are
Listen.
all about it.
Yeah, like
If you have
I'll
nothing
request
better to
time
do
off.
but then educate 2, mid-40 individuals, just your.
I mean, I would even get in a wetsuit and go swimming if that's what they want me to do. Like,
I might scream a little.
no, I'll go in. I don't care. Can't scuba, but I'll go swimming.
I can float pretty well.
Yeah.
I look like a manatee. I don't know if I could eat lettuce every day though.
Well, I mean, I didn't get this way by eating lettuce every day.
That's true too.
Anything else about the trip that sticking out?
We had a lot of Judaisms.
Oh,
There wasn't a dull moment. It was fantastic.
kind of like episode 2.
And I won't divulge any because I don't remember 90% of them. But it was you know how our wives are.
Sure.
We had that one episode.
Uh-huh.
It was probably one of the most enjoyable vacations I have had. Just a really good release, even with all the cheer stuff.
Cheer lasted for how long on this trip? 3 days? 4 days?
Obviously comp days are long days. So you had Friday and Sunday were pretty much, I wouldn't say all day because we had a pretty sizable break in between that we kind of left and came back. But I would say at least, all combined, probably a good 2-3 days of just cheer related.
Anytime we've gone to Florida, obviously Summit was in Wide World of Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that's ever had to do any kind of competition or competing in Florida knows that everything's just crazy priced. What always made me laugh is when you go to Wide World of Sports and you want to get in for the day, it's the cheapest thing that you're going to do for your entire trip.
Well, yes and no.
Short of the food, but I'm talking about like your entrance fee.
I did something a little bit different this year.
Oh, no.
So they have, there's free parking.
Sure.
They have premium parking. And they have platinum parking. Now, we've never purchased the parking before. But I was all about convenience on this trip. So, Julie was completely against it because it was very expensive for platinum parking. It's like a maybe 50 to 60 car lot, but your own entrance. You want to take a gander at how much it was?
Just to park?
Just the park.
At Wide World of Sports.
Just the park. I'll give you 3 guesses. I guarantee you're not even close.
Was it above 100?
Yes.
All right. Was it below 300?
Yes.
250.
No.
2 bills.
Close.
$175.
Yep.
Got it.
Now, mind you, $175.
Yeah.
To park close.
Yeah.
Don't have to wait in line to check in. We just had our own little security person. In and out, couple minutes. If she did in advance, paid $175 for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Just to park.
Just to park.
And then it was $75 to get in.
It came with our package or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the couple of times that we had been there had always been via the shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
So I never had to pay for parking.
Yeah. We commute now, so
right.
We don't have that.
Which is actually an amazing difference that we will get to.
Which
about the 2 different organizations.
Now, when you go to buy that parking online,
yeah,
the site is extremely sketchy. Like so sketchy that I almost hit submit, but had the wife reach out to a past chair mom who did buy it all the time, and said, "Yeah, that's how the site is. Super sketchy.
Okay,
really sketchy." So we did it. We didn't know. Maybe we got taken for $175 or whatever. Give it a shot. So that was maybe a couple weeks leading up to us leaving. D1 Summit, which is for the much larger enrollment gyms, was the week before. I don't know if you have any of the cheer stuff come up on your social media pages or TikTok or whatever.
I do.
But D1 Summit, when that was going on, there was also a volleyball like tournament at ESPN. And traffic and parking was awful. So much so that they were backed up all the way to I-4, like 2 miles away, and the athletes were getting out of the car and running down the side of the highway to make their times.
Oh my God.
Parents were missing their daughter or athlete hit the mat. Dude, it was awful. They started parking over at Animal Kingdom and busing people over.
Wow.
So when I heard that, I'm like, thank God we bought that. Like we once we get in, we got parking.
Yeah, but even still, like,
but
you're still got to make the line.
Right? So I'm like, hopefully we don't have this similar scenario. So first day, first team goes on. I think it was like somewhere 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe. We pull in. We get like maybe a few 100 feet in, and they're directing everybody to the right. I'm like, you're going into the woods. I'm like, this can't be good. If we're parking all the way over here, I'm like, I'm hoping they'll let us through to go to ours. And they did. Get in there. It's like 10 cars. I'm like, don't I feel important? And then the whole weekend we come and go. to show our pass. They opened the gate for us. You had to be like they had to buzz the gate, let you in, because you were about on like. I wish I had a map to show you, but yeah, it was pretty wild.
So did that get you both days?
Got us the whole weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's not terrible.
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's not terrible then.
No. And the lot wasn't full.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, who in their right mind is going to pay that kind of money?
I mean, what
But-
was it to park at SeaWorld? It's like $30, I think.
Yeah, I did VIP in that one too.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't remember. Like,
Well, we didn't.
you go on these trips and
Yeah.
like when everything's cashless, and you're just like, yeah, here, just take it, swipe it. All right, let me go. I got to do my thing.
So my mother-in-law paid for all of our parking into the parks. We didn't really. We paid for everything pretty much for her too.
Right.
I'm not gonna have my mother-in-law pay. You know,
Sure.
she didn't have to come. She wanted to come. You know, we got it. But she insisted on paying for the parking, so every park was like preferred, which is $55 in Disney, which I don't think is terrible.
No.
Rather than being, you know, way out.
Yeah, like
So-
you're on the trolley for.
I think VIP in SeaWorld was like maybe $60, something like that. We probably didn't have to after seeing where we parked, because it wasn't much further than where we would have parked if we just paid for general.
Okay.
But we didn't know. Live and learn, right? You know.
Technically, you only got one more year, so.
Yeah. But now knowing, like, you know, seasoned Disney professional, as I think we are, we know our way around the park.
Yeah.
I'm not all these other people that are there every day learning all the secret ins and outs and, you know, hidden Mickeys. And
Yeah, I think I've only ever found one.
I think I might have found one or two, but it could have just been the way I was standing and the rocks looked like a Mickey. I don't know.
I actually found one by, I don't know. I was doing something in Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
and I had watched videos like weeks before we had went.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a thing until like this year
Right.
before we went.
And I had found one only from watching the videos where, you know, someone was like, oh, look, there's one of the hidden Mickeys. And I was like, oh, yeah, there it is over there. Okay, cool. So I really didn't find it, but I seen it.
It's important stuff to some people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things like I absolutely love Disney,
Yeah.
but there's some things I just don't understand. Me, how do I put this? As an adult, and other adults doing certain things, I don't understand it.
Such as.
Maybe it's their love and passion for Disney, and that is their thing, and I fully respect that.
Are you talking about Mickey ears?
No, because I would probably put on a set of Mickey ears.
Okay.
I just haven't built the courage to wear them throughout the park. Is like the pins. Like, I don't understand the Disney pins. Like, you can trade them with the people that like work for Disney. They have pins on them. You swap out, I think, for, you know, like, I want that one, I'm going to give you this one kind of thing.
Okay.
Like a trading. It's like trading cards, right?
Okay.
I would. Yeah, let's do that because I'm big into trading cards, but I don't really trade anything. But I just don't get it,
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their thing.
right? Like, I get it, kind of.
I mean, I collect Star Wars figures, so, like, I have my thing.
Yeah, but you're not going to conventions and like trading off.
No, usually
Like-
just buying.
Yeah, you wouldn't go out of your way to like. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
I just find some things a little odd. Maybe because I am who I am.
One thing that I'm not into, like with my Star Wars stuff, I don't like I respect autographs and anyone that does autograph.
Yeah.
And I do have some autograph stuff, but it doesn't really like get me going. Like, I want to buy something vintage, or
How much? What would the price be for you to buy something? Is there a limit?
do I have a
Like
limit?
as guys, do you have limits? Like is what is too much for you?
Oh,
Because I'm sure we're not the only people.
I myself, like, Michelle will say that anything over $100 is too much. But there's things that I own that are way higher than $100.
Oh yeah, same.
For something that, sits on a shelf and collects dust.
A ton of dust.
Right, a ton of dust until you actually like, oh, I really don't. Yeah, it's time. I gotta take everything off and dust it.
And that's like the whole like you're into Star Wars.
So if money wasn't an option,
Yeah,
right?
if money was an option, what would be your limit? Because I'm sure there's other people that hopefully listen to this and experience the same thing. Because I do a lot of sports cards.
I don't.
And there becomes a certain point when you have so many items in your hand and you're counting up what you're holding. What becomes too much where you become uncomfortable about your purchase?
How many of something was made?
Could be anything.
So again, if there's no issue, right? Like with spending set amount of money.
No, you have like as you are today.
Right.
At what point do you stop and be like, maybe this is too much?
Oddly enough, like I'm a weird shopper when it comes to collectibles. Because I'm going to look at what I'm trying to buy, right? And I might see it, not get overly excited about it, and I'll walk away for a little bit. And I will actually see how many of said item are actually on the market and what the price range is on the market. So if there's something at a convention that's just for easy numbers, $500, and you look at the market and the highest you're seeing is $250, it doesn't make any sense to buy that just because it's there in front of your face.
So not like an impulse type person.
No, 100%. No, for sure I am not impulse when it comes to collectibles. Now, if there's only a couple on the market, and this is only when it comes to that $500 range, just for the sake of this conversation, if you're looking at the market and the market's saying 400, 450, and you can see this one in front of you at $5, it's pretty comparable.
Okay.
But as a collector of anything, you're typically not buying to resell.
And that's where I differ.
Like I'm not buying to resell.
So with my sports cards,
You are.
I do monthly breaks. Start of the month, go to the card shop. Everybody's there. We're paying anywhere from 150 to say I think 240 is the most I've ever paid for a break. We're getting 2 to 3 boxes of cards. You don't know what you're getting. You could be the one guy that's there that night that pulls something huge. Or you could be in what?
110.
110? All right, that's not bad. Sorry.
You're good.
I've pulled some decent stuff that I've sold for a few $100, but it's few and far between for me. Is it worth it? Probably not. But I like it. I mean, I sell 95% of the stuff that I get. I keep what I want. Obviously, being a Yankees fan, a lot of that stuff doesn't leave my house.
Right.
But I would never just go to the store to buy that one card that's priced at $400, or that one piece of memorabilia that's priced at $400. Because it's just, I don't feel the worth to spend that on one single thing.
Right.
But I like the mystery of not knowing when I'm going to open.
So I don't know if we discussed this or not, but when I met Michelle, I'm not even sure how long we were together. And we decided that we were going to move her out of her apartment and we were going to get a place. So packing everything up, and I open this closet and it's loaded. Now, when I say loaded, I'm talking about floor to ceiling, 3 walls of the closet with pegboards, 6 to 8 deep of Hot Wheels cars.
That was her, right?
That was her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on here? And she just kind of gave me this, ha ha ha. Well, I buy and sell Hot Wheels cars.
It's like we have a lot in common.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't want to I was just like, all right, that's great.
Like, hey, want to see my closet?
So I was out one night and she told me some things to look for. So I call her and I say, hey, I think I found one of those cars that you were looking for. She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I did. She's like, all right, I'm really busy, but just take a picture and send it to me. Okay. She calls me back immediately. She goes, if you leave the store without that car, don't come home. I'm like,
damn.
Really? She goes, yeah. I'm not going to say. How I can tell you that it sold very fast.
Were you just out and about?
Mm-hmm. Just
Really?
randomly out, happened to look, and I was like, huh, this looks exactly like what she was talking about. Less than a month goes by, and I go to another location. And I called her up. I found another one. No, you didn't. I'm telling you I did. No. She goes, you found a unicorn. You don't find 2. And I said, well, all right, hang on a minute. So I didn't take a picture of the car. I just put my phone under so she could see what it was. And she goes, remember what I told you the last time? I says, yeah. She goes, same rules apply. Okay. And within 2 or 3 days.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of dollars?
I don't want to give it away.
Jesus.
But she was so involved with Hot Wheels that she was in a VIP program. So she was getting access like when you're in a VIP program, you might get, 2 or 3 days before a release of something.
Yeah.
She was getting a week to weeks.
Is she still doing this?
No.
Oh.
No. She hasn't done it in a long time. And I actually think she still has some pretty substantial cars left that are packed away very, very nice. Haven't been touched, haven't been opened since, God, I bet you it's been 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
We all collect stuff.
So,
It's just what we do.
she calls all of my action figures dolls, but she's got toy cars. And still to this day, every once in a while, she buys Disney Pixar cars.
Do you know that Disney has trading cards that Topps puts out
I did not know
that are worth a ton of money?
Really?
Yeah. The boxes are selling $300, $400, $500.
Wow.
Some of these cards are selling for thousands.
No kidding.
Yep.
Would have never guessed that.
Now, like for like the card shop that's local here, they just sold a card for, I think it was like $9,600 that somebody pulled from their store.
God.
Yeah. And my brother-in-law, who's one of the luckiest men I've ever met, has pulled more things out of that store than I would have ever imagined. Mantles, Ruths,
Really?
Ty Cobbs. Yeah. He's pulled redemption for a Civil War Colt revolver that I believe he sold. Or he might still have it. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And he's got a ton of stuff. He was a roadie for like Ozzy, a lot of those bands. And he's got a ton of memorabilia from them. It's pretty incredible what he's got. And he's just one of those lucky guys, man. We could be anywhere, getting a 50-50, win. Just random. Just completely random.
My luck when it comes to that stuff is that someone got my money.
Yeah, I just make it as a donation.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
where
not
I
winning.
stand on those.
Yep.
Again, we took another,
I hope we don't bore people with
we took another U-turn,
we
which is weird, but
might be a little,
anything else about the trip? Outstanding?
No, it was, pretty normal for the most part. I'm looking forward to next season already.
The last season.
The last season. Yes.
Because she doesn't have any interest in
Not in
college level.
No, because they don't compete.
Okay.
She's a very competitive
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely went off on a little bit.
We did.
I hope that people find our chats and our talks interesting. Hopefully they can relate.
Let's hope.
But
But thanks for hanging out with us. And
Yeah.
Joe, thanks for the story. Glad you only got a warning. And we'll talk to you next time.
later, guys.